Chosen one, you've been silent for too long. You've been underestimated, overlooked, and even betrayed. But deep inside, there's a divine energy rising. You may not see it yet, but God is about to make you outwork, outshine, and outlast everyone who ever doubted you. This is the confidential prophecy, a hidden message meant only for the ones who refuse to quit, the ones who still believe even when everything seems lost. Stay till the end, because by the final moment of this video, you'll understand why your isolation, your pain, and your sleepless nights were never in vain. Drop a "I receive it" in the comments right now if you feel this message is for you, because this prophecy was hidden until today. Chosen one. Let's be real for a moment. You've been walking through a season that didn't make sense. You gave your all. You showed up when you didn't feel like it. You kept the faith even when it looked like nothing was changing. And yet, it felt like life kept saying, wait. Doors that looked promising suddenly closed. People you supported disappeared when it was your turn. You watched others rise while you stood there, questioning, praying, asking God, why not me? But listen carefully. This is divine revelation. When God hides you, it's not because He's forgotten you. It's because He's fortifying you. See, when a seed is buried in the ground, it looks like it's been forgotten, but in reality, that's when it's growing roots. That's what's happening to you. You've been planted, not buried. Your silent season isn't punishment. It's preparation. Every lonely night, every unanswered prayer, every closed door, all of it was part of the divine strategy. God wasn't ignoring you. He was protecting you from exposure before preparation, protecting you from praise before purpose, protecting you from comfort before calling. Because here's the truth, when you're chosen, your journey doesn't look like everyone else's. You don't get quick wins, you get divine timing. You don't get shortcuts, you get strength. You don't get easy routes, you get endurance. While others are chasing attention, you're being shaped in obscurity. While they're posting their highlights, you're fighting silent battles no one sees. But that's exactly why you'll rise differently, because you were built differently. God's been working behind the curtain, molding your spirit, sharpening your mind, humbling your heart, and toughening your soul. He's been training you to handle what's coming, because what's coming requires stability, not just excitement. And here's the wild part. The very people who ignored your struggle will soon witness your strength. They'll see a version of you that even you won't recognize. A version that's focused, grounded, and unstoppable. Because when God finally releases you, you won't just be ready, you'll be refined. He's been removing distractions so your destiny can speak louder. He's been stripping away the noise so your anointing can echo stronger. And He's been separating you from people who couldn't see your value so He could surround you with those who will protect it. Chosen one, hear this clearly. When others slow down, you'll accelerate. When others give up, you'll still be standing. When others sleep, you'll still be building. Because your energy doesn't come from ego, it comes from purpose. And your drive doesn't come from competition, it comes from calling. You weren't created to compete with others. You were chosen to complete something divine, something that only you can finish. This is why the delays happened. This is why the loneliness hit. Because before God reveals you, He has to reveal you to yourself. He needed you to discover your power without praise, to find your strength without validation, to trust Him even when you couldn't trace Him. So if it feels quiet right now, don't panic. The silence isn't rejection, it's construction. He's building you in private so you can stand unshaken in public. And when your time comes, and it will, you'll look back and realize the isolation was the best thing that ever happened to you. Because it was in that silence that you became unstoppable. And it was in that hidden season that God was secretly preparing you to outwork, outlast, and outshine every obstacle in your path. Your silence was sacred, and soon, your emergence will be spectacular. Chosen one. This is the part where everything begins to change. The silence is breaking. The storm you went through wasn't meant to destroy you. It was meant to rebuild you. God says, I will rebuild you in the sight of those who watched you break. I will make your strength speak louder than their doubt. There's a shift happening inside you right now. Something divine is waking up. A new fire, a new hunger, a new identity that refuses to settle for average. You're stepping into a season where your work will speak for itself. Not because you're desperate to prove anyone wrong, but because you're destined to fulfill something right. You're about to outwork everyone, not from fear but from faith. Not for validation, but for purpose. See, when you're chosen, you stop chasing attention. You start chasing alignment. You no longer move from pressure, you move from prophecy. And that's why your drive feels different. While others look for shortcuts, you're embracing the grind. While they seek comfort, you're building character. While they rest, you rise. While they post, you practice. Because deep down, you understand. Your work isn't just effort, it's worship. Every task you complete, every goal you push toward, every challenge you overcome, it's all an offering to God. That's why you can't quit. That's why you can't slow down. Because your energy is not natural, it's supernatural. You've been equipped with divine stamina, the kind of strength that keeps moving when everything in you wants to stop. The kind that makes people whisper, how are they still going? They don't know the truth. They didn't see you crying yourself to sleep and still showing up the next day. They didn't see you fighting invisible battles while smiling in public. They didn't see the nights you prayed, doubting everything but still refusing to give up. That's why you're dangerous. Because you've been through what would have broken most people, and you kept moving anyway. Your resilience isn't learned, it's anointed. Your focus isn't ordinary, it's divine. And your consistency, the very thing others overlook, is about to transform into miracles. You're entering your season of motion. No more waiting for signs, no more asking for permission. This is the moment where you build quietly, move boldly, and let your results announce your arrival. God says, you won't need to prove who you are. Your progress will do it for you. The same people who once doubted your vision will soon quote your wisdom. The same environments that broke you will become the places where you stand victorious. The same voices that mocked your faith will one day ask you for guidance. That's how God works. He makes sure your rebuild becomes your revenge. But here's the key. Stay humble, stay hungry, and stay hidden until it's time. Because not everyone deserves access to your rebuilding process. They'll see the results, but they won't understand the grind. They'll admire your success, but they'll never survive your struggle. Chosen one, your time of rest is over. The blueprint is within you. The divine engine is already running. So work like it's worship, move like it's ministry, and trust that everything you're rebuilding is leading you towards something immortal. Because this is no ordinary comeback, this is the divine rebuild. The moment when your faith becomes fuel, your pain becomes purpose, and your effort becomes evidence that when God rebuilds a chosen one, nothing can stop them. Chosen one, something inside you is shifting. You can feel it. You're not the same person you were 6 months ago. You're not moved by the same things. You don't crave the same validation. You're quieter now, but more powerful than ever. You're more focused, more protective of your time, more selective with your circle. You've realized that peace is expensive, and you're no longer willing to pay it for the sake of pleasing people. And let me tell you, that's not ego. That's alignment. God is rearranging your priorities so your purpose can finally breathe. He's cutting away distractions, fake opportunities, and shallow conversations. He's removing people who drain your energy and replacing them with solitude that strengthens your spirit. because you can't step into your divine destiny carrying the same habits that once kept you stuck. You used to chase approval, now you chase assignment. You used to seek validation, now you seek vision. You used to overextend for others, now you're preserving your power for what actually matters. This next chapter of your life isn't about proving people wrong. It's about proving that faith plus action equals transformation. You don't need to talk about what you're doing anymore. You're too busy becoming what you once prayed for. But here's what's going to happen. People are going to start noticing the change. They'll whisper, "You've changed." They'll say you're different, distant, or even obsessed. And they'll be right. You have changed. Because when you've walked through pain, when you've seen betrayal, when you've survived the fire, you don't go back to who you were before. You evolve, you elevate, you execute. And the truth is, they won't understand your grind because they didn't experience your breaking point. They didn't see the nights when you prayed for clarity. They didn't see the mornings when you got up despite the exhaustion. They didn't see how hard it was to keep your faith alive when everything seemed against you. So when they question your focus, smile. You owe no explanation. Because chosen ones don't explain, they execute. You're stepping into a new dimension where silence becomes your language and action becomes your voice. No more loud plans, no more public announcements. You'll grind quietly, plan strategically, and move like prophecy in motion. And one day, suddenly, you'll emerge, like a storm no one saw coming. Unpredictable, unstoppable, unapologetic. That's the prophetic shift. God's been recalibrating your frequency so you can move differently, not by emotion, but by instruction. He's been teaching you to flow in obedience, not approval. Remember this. God's plans are often confidential until the results become undeniable. That's why this season of your life is called the confidential prophecy. Your breakthrough won't be predicted, it'll be witnessed. And when it happens, it won't just elevate you. It'll ripple through everyone connected to you. Your discipline will inspire generations. Your consistency will unlock blessings for your entire bloodline. Because when a chosen one obeys, the whole lineage benefits. So, prepare yourself. Prepare your mind. Prepare your schedule. Because you're about to outwork everyone. Not from ego, but from divine empowerment. You're not running a race of competition. You're fulfilling a mission of completion. This is the prophetic shift. The moment you stop explaining your purpose and start embodying it, you're no longer just surviving. You're strategically ascending. And soon, the same world that couldn't understand your grind will stand in awe of your glory. This message isn't meant for everyone. It's meant for you. Because you've been walking through seasons that made no sense. Delays, loneliness, constant testing. And yet, through it all, you never gave up. Now, heaven is whispering something sacred. A confidential prophecy meant only for those who were chosen to endure. God says, "I'm giving you a work ethic that will look supernatural. I'm giving you strength that won't run out. I'm giving you focus that breaks every limit. And I'm placing you ahead, not because you're better, but because you're faithful." This prophecy is not about speed, it's about endurance. You've seen people start fast, brag loud, and fade away. But you, chosen one, are built differently. You were never meant to compete in noise. You were meant to conquer in silence. Over the next 90 days, the energy around you is shifting. You're about to enter a divine phase of productivity that won't make logical sense. New routines will rise from discipline. New habits will form from faith. And every small action you take will begin to move heaven in your favor. God is rewiring your spirit to outwork everyone, not out of pride, but purpose. While others sleep, you'll feel divine fire pushing you forward. While others complain, you'll feel gratitude even for the grind. Because your work is no longer ordinary, it's spiritual. You won't chase money. Money will chase your mission. You won't seek attention. attention will follow your alignment. You won't ask for validation. Your results will speak like prophecy. But here's the divine secret. Keep your plans private. The less they know, the safer your purpose remains. The enemy can't destroy what he doesn't understand. Your silence is your armor. Your consistency is your weapon. God says, work like they're watching, but build like no one knows. Every act of focus is a form of prayer. Every ounce of discipline is an offering of worship. Every drop of sweat carries spiritual power, because your labor is holy. You see, the world calls it hard work, but heaven calls it prophetic alignment. When you work with divine purpose, your actions echo in eternity. You're not just building a life, you're constructing destiny. You're not just chasing goals, you're fulfilling prophecy. That's why the attacks came. That's why the isolation was necessary. God had to remove distractions before he revealed your next assignment. And now this confidential prophecy declares, your season of hidden effort is about to produce visible evidence. Your unseen hours of consistency will manifest as public favor. Your faith-driven labor will attract opportunities that others call miracles. You will rise, not through shortcuts, but through stewardship. You will succeed, not through noise, but through obedience. And when it happens, people won't understand. They'll call it luck. They'll call it timing. But you'll know it was divine labor, the kind that only happens when heaven and hustle meet. So stay focused, stay silent, stay faithful. Because the prophecy says, when God's hand is on you, your effort turns into elevation. You're not just working harder, you're working holier. And soon the world will see what divine discipline truly looks like. The chosen ones don't wait for motivation. They move with revelation. And this is your moment to move. Chosen one, your reward is closer than you think. It's not arriving because you worked harder than everyone else. It's coming because you refused to stop when everything tried to break you. You didn't quit when doors slammed in your face. You didn't fold when people doubted your vision. You didn't abandon your calling, even when the path got lonely and unclear. And that's why heaven is moving on your behalf right now. Because faith like yours doesn't go unnoticed. Every sleepless night, every tear shed in silence, every time you whispered, God, just give me strength to try again. Those moments were not wasted. They were spiritual investments in your destiny. Now the prophecy you've been living out is coming full circle. God is saying, I saw you in the quiet seasons. I saw you when no one clapped, yet you kept building. I saw the pain behind your patience and the pressure behind your peace. And now, I will make your effort visible. This is the season where the invisible becomes undeniable. The hidden work now transforms into open reward. The prayers that felt unanswered were simply maturing in divine timing. You're about to step into moments that feel surreal, doors opening effortlessly, people showing up with the exact opportunities you once prayed for, and favor flowing in ways that defy explanation. It won't make sense to others, because your success will carry God's signature. You didn't network your way here. You didn't fake your way here. You faithed your way here. Every unseen sacrifice was a seed, and now the harvest is beginning. You'll find yourself walking into rooms that once intimidated you, and realizing you now belong there. You'll speak with confidence, not arrogance, because you remember the pain it took to get here. And when people ask, how did you do it? You'll smile and say, God did it through me. Because you'll know, this isn't luck. This isn't coincidence. This is prophecy fulfilled through perseverance. Chosen one, your grind wasn't about proving anyone wrong. It was about proving your faith right. You were never meant to outshine others. You were meant to outlast them. While others chased instant success, you built eternal impact. And that's why your reward hits differently. It carries legacy, not just likes. God is multiplying your strength now because He can trust your heart. You didn't give up when it was inconvenient, and that's why you're being elevated when it's divine. Your future self will look back at this version of you, tired, faithful, consistent, and whisper, "Thank you for not quitting." Because soon, the same people who questioned your path will watch your purpose unfold before their eyes. They'll call it sudden, but you'll know it was years in the making. They'll call it favor, but you'll know it was faith plus fire. This is your era of evidence. The prophecy is no longer confidential. It's activated through your consistency. You're not waiting for blessings anymore. You're walking into them. So rise up and keep your heart pure. Keep your focus sharp. Keep your hands working, not out of fear, but out of reverence. Your energy is sacred. Your discipline is divine. Your work is worship. And as you move forward, let this truth settle deep in your spirit. When God decides it's your time, no force on earth can stop your shine. Your results will speak louder than your words. Your elevation will echo louder than your pain. And your story will become the living proof that faithful effort always gets rewarded in divine timing. Chosen one, it's your moment now. Heaven has seen your grind, and the reward is already on its way. Chosen one, take a deep breath, because if you've watched this far, it's not by accident. It's divine alignment. You were meant to hear this today. You were meant to be reminded that every delay, every rejection, every lonely night had a purpose. God wasn't punishing you. He was preparing you for visibility, for victory, for divine reward. This is your confirmation. Your quiet season is over. The confidential prophecy is now unfolding through your life. Everything you've been praying for, the success, the clarity, the opportunity, the peace, is aligning right now. But listen, don't stop here. This is where most people give up, right before the breakthrough. You're not most people. You're chosen. So keep showing up. Keep working when no one claps. Keep believing when nothing moves. Because that's when heaven moves the most. In your persistence, not your perfection. And when your time comes, and it will come, the world will see what faith, focus, and divine fire can truly do. If this message lit something inside you, drop "I'm ready" in the comments right now. That's your declaration to the universe that you're stepping into your prophecy. Then hit that like button to agree with this message. Subscribe if you know you're chosen for something greater, and share this video with someone who's walking through their silent season. Because you never know who needs this confirmation tonight. Remember, God hides you to build you. He breaks you to bless you. And when it's time, nothing can stop your rise. This is your prophecy, activated.